Welcome to MMA Tonight. I'll be covering the top headlines from today in MMA. Guys, Jon Jones to the rescue because he offers to save UFC 200. So the UFC has been actively looking for a replacement opponent for Nate Diaz at UFC 200 after Conor McGregor retired from MMA Tuesday morning. Jon Jones, who headlines UFC 197 this Saturday against Ovince St. Preux in a light heavyweight interim title fight, spoke to Fox Sports and revealed that he would be open to stepping in to save UFC 200's main event. Jones stated, "Absolutely, I'd totally step into UFC 200 and fill in that main event slot." Now, Jones likely means he would be open to headlining the event against Daniel Cormier after his fight with OSP on Saturday. So, would you guys be excited to see Jon Jones versus Daniel Cormier for UFC 200's main event? Alright guys, so it's official, Conor came out saying that he is not retired. So in a statement released through his Facebook account, UFC featherweight champion Conor McGregor spoke publicly for the first time about the controversy of him being pulled from UFC 200 because of his request to scale back promotional duties in order to focus more on training. Now, the outspoken Irishman says that after a couple years of near constant fighting and media obligations, he's become lost in the game of promotion and forgot about the art of fighting. Now, Conor says that distractions contributed to his losing to Nate Diaz in March, and that in order to prepare for the rematch in July, he wanted to live a more focused life. McGregor claims that he did not shut down all media requests, but rather that, quote, "I simply wanted a slight adjustment, but it was denied," end quote. Conor McGregor specified that he is not in fact retired and that he is ready and willing to still fight at UFC 200. He also emphasized that, in his opinion, he more than made up for the amount of promotion he could have provided at a media tour with his faux retirement announcement on Twitter Tuesday. "I must isolate myself now," Conor stated. "I'm facing a taller, longer, and heavier man. I need to prepare correctly this time. I cannot dance for you this time. It is time for the other monkeys to dance. I've danced us all the way here." Now, Conor's post also stated, "I feel the $400 million I have generated for the company in my last 3 events, all inside 8 months, is enough to get me this slight leeway. I am still ready to go for UFC 200. Okay guys, so TMZ is reporting that Conor McGregor is taking a $10 million hit because the UFC officially called off the fight. So apparently Conor McGregor's Facebook statement wasn't enough to move the UFC. The organization is officially calling off his fight with Nate Diaz, a fight that came with a $10 million paycheck, TMZ Sports has learned. Now, their sources tell them, besides a massive payday, the UFC told Conor it was willing to move mountains to accommodate the fighter during the UFC 200 media tour. Not only did UFC offer to fly Conor to every destination on a top-of-the-line private jet, but also offered to ship out every single piece of his gym equipment from Iceland to Vegas for this weekend's media event so there wouldn't be a kink in Conor's training. Now guys, Conor was told his gym would be set up identically to his Iceland training center and it would all be ready to go the second he stepped off the plane. Still, Conor McGregor refused to budge, and TMZ sources tell them that Conor was shocked when he was told the media obligations in Vegas were mandatory. Now, as for Conor's future, TMZ was told he blinked on retirement partially because of anti-doping rules that require fighters to wait 4 months after they unretire before they can fight again, and Conor doesn't want to wait that long. Dana White stated earlier that he believes McGregor will fight for the UFC in the next year, but TMZ sources tell them that it will not be against Nate Diaz. Instead, he'll have to fight Frankie Edgar or Jose Aldo. And guys, when Conor does return, he's expected to do a full run of promotions for that fight too. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment.